The second leg of our fall Europe trip was in Vienna, where we continued to fight jet lag and search for what makes everyone love the city of music.
We strolled through the Innenstadt in the rain, learned about Austrian artists at the Leopold, napped through an organ concert at St. Stephen's Cathedral, and did our best to avoid getting run over by crazy cyclists as we navigated the sidewalks and streets of Vienna.
We're Zeke and Terri, empty nest midlife travel adventurers from the San Francisco Bay Area.
After nearly getting divorced and rebooting our relationship, we decided to focus on our shared passion for travel and adventure.
We launched this channel to inspire other empty nesters to get out, get dirty, and live this crazy thing called life by exploring places both near and far.
Subscribe to our channel for more Zeke and Terri adventures.
Good morning from Vienna. Last night we met up with our youngest, who is studying abroad and traveling for a week in Europe and having a fabulous time with a friend.
Walking around to see the Innenstadt, the inner city, which was actually kind of fun and beautiful in the drizzly fall weather. We can imagine how pretty it's going to be once it has all the Christmas lights up, but we're a little bit early.
Another old area that has been modernized with a bunch of high-end shopping.
Zeke found us a vegetarian vegan restaurant, which was really nice, and I got to check schnitzel off the list with a mushroom schnitzel. And then they roped us into going to an organ concert at the St. Stephen's Cathedral, which is immense and from the outside absolutely gorgeous. The inside, I mean, it's an architectural marvel. But I think we've concluded that we are not big organ music fans. You had quite the nap in there.
It was more of a lullaby for me than an organ concert.
Until he went. But then we hit a Viennese cafe and had some soccer torts, which I don't like chocolate, so I don't even know why I thought I was going to like a soccer tort, but when in Vienna, and some Apfelstrudel, which was not nearly as good as the stuff we had in Munich. After breakfast at the hotel, we're staying at an M Gallery, which is part of the Accor family, which not as nice as the one in Venice. Seems to be a really good location. We are off to a couple of modern art museums before we meet up with our kid and friend to go see the Schönbrunn Palace this afternoon. They're going to try to rope us into, I keep saying rope us into, we may give them the evening free to go see the weirdo performance. I mean, literally, it's called the weirdo performance. But with that, it's time to go see some modern art at the Mumok, I think is where we're starting.
Awesome.
Let's go. Very quick dip into the Kunsthistorisches Museum Wien, and it's basically the historic art museum here in Vienna. I wanted to go in and see the Rembrandt exhibit. The Rembrandt exhibit was really, really cool. It's with one of his students, and it's the assembly of pieces of art that have never been in the same place. It was collected from places around the world, including one of the pieces from San Francisco, which I am sure that I've seen at the Legion of Honor.
My experience was, I thought I was here to see art. I'm really here bouncing around like a pinball with all these other people watching the art, which then my experience of looking at the art starts to dwindle even faster.
So one of the things is I'm taking into account that you max out pretty quickly, and while I would spend hours at this, I know that's not what you wanted. So
would you spend hours with all these people in there?
I could go find nooks and crannies. We were in the main center where everybody was coming in, and then it was the Rembrandt exhibit that just opened a couple of days ago. I know that there are parts of this museum that are going to be less crowded, just like in the past we've found in the Louvre other parts that are less crowded. But we also want to go see a couple of other things. This is just a goûter. This is a taste. So We found a painting that had a nautilus in it from a Dutch master, the lemon peel from my friend Jacqueline, a winter scene for our son Adam, and some light ones also for our son Adam. So boom, boom, boom. Right. Now we're going to go hit 2 modern museums, which should make you a little bit happier. And I'm willing to bet a lot that there will be fewer people at both of them.
And we're going for blackout.
Yes.
Bingo, bingo.
There's a part of Vienna that is the MuseumsQuartier that has a couple of museums, including the Leopold, which we're going to go to after lunch, and the Mumok, which is the modern museum. And this gave like Bordeaux contemporary art vibes. It's an incredible building from the outside. It's incredibly industrial, but it showcases the art. Many of the exhibition areas were being reset for other things, but I still think there was enough in here. And Zeke, what did you think about the number of people in this place?
It was nice. They warn you when you buy another ticket to go in that a lot of it is being installed, so you can't get to all the floors. So I think that turned a lot of people away.
So any other thoughts on the museum?
Yeah, at some point in time you feel like that stupid American that is trying to get a video of this very cool glass elevator, but you're not pushing the button to go where you want to go in the elevator, and everybody else is looking at you like, really? Really? Is that what you really need to be doing? So, yes, it was embarrassing, and I ended up taking the long way around.
Well, you got more flights of stairs.
No, yeah, whatever. I ended up taking the elevator again, but from the bottom. That's my personal challenge with all of this, is trying to capture this and then sort of like walking into the glass wall, because I'm not looking for the glass wall. I'm looking for the shot of the room that has a glass wall in it. Anyway.
Oh, okay. So I am going to say that I am going to say one of my favorite parts was, and I can't remember what her name is, I'll put it down at the bottom, but the experiential room, the schoolyard playroom, where there was one area where I had to take my shoes off in order to sit in these big bag chairs, and there was some guitar kind of music and some light bouncing, and I was like, yeah, I could spend the rest of the day here. And then I wrote in a little journal, and there's a big puzzle on the ground that I still want to go back in and try to fit at least one piece, but very cool concept. I'm like, okay, how can we clear space in our house so I can put a floor puzzle? Yeah, the cats, the dog, the cats.
2 words, blackout bingo.
Let's. So we're at the Schönbrunn Palace. My accent is absolutely terrible. We've gone through a multitude of splendors in the palace itself. Some lovely sweets and coffees.
And we are not in the rain, so that's good.
It is absolutely gorgeous. A typical European blue sky with puffy clouds, and we're walking through the gardens up to the Gloriette viewing area so we can check one more thing off our bingo card. I think we are at 14,000 steps and 22 flights of stairs after walking up to the top to the Gloriette viewing area at the Schönbrunn Palace. I think it was worth it.
Oh, it was a great view from up there. And as you can see from here, the view of these skies is also pretty dramatic.
Hopefully we don't see any rain as a result of that, but we're gonna go look at some more statues. And I've agreed to go to the weirdo performances tonight. So if
If this is the last video we make, then you know that it was really weird.
I feel like our bingo card blackout here in Vienna is at risk, despite our 20,000 steps, 26 flights of stairs.
At all costs. We must black out at all costs. Actually, I think the only way we get out of the blackout bingo is to black out.
We had a very exciting evening. Our youngest and friend wanted to go to what I keep referring to as the weirdo performance, not realizing that our youngest did not know. Well, they thought that I was slamming the idea of going to these avant-garde performances, not realizing that their friend had put on their itinerary weirdo performances. That didn't come up until dinner, that I was not a bad person.
Because they have an itinerary that's not just an itinerary, but it's an Excel spreadsheet or a Google spreadsheet.
No, it's a Google Doc that has been created as a table that one of them started and then the other one color coded.
Thank you for proving my point. So they've got this down to the minute, and that's what I have to then try and swim in the wake of, is all of this activity. We get there and it's all quiet. And so we knock on the door of the neighbors and they're like, what do you want? I'm like, oh, the show. And they're like, huh? Turns out it got canceled after our youngest confirmed that it was happening.
And this gal was so incredibly nice, making a phone call to the folks to find out that it had been canceled, and then said, hey, over this other area is another show that my friend is in and I'm going to tomorrow night. Why don't you see if you can make it over there by the start date at 7:30. Now, mind you, we are all the way across town. It is 7:05 at this point, and we're like, okay. So we
started sprinting. two U-Bahns, or
two
U-Bahns later, and we got there just in time to learn that they had 2 tickets left.
So we spent the 24 euros for the 2 of them to go in.
You know what I'm realizing?
What?
That the light on the wall makes it look like we're using some sort of selfie ring.
We brought a selfie.
We have a 6-foot selfie ring. Put that in your carry-on.
I think we need to call it a night.
I think it's called. Yeah.
Are you going to be out for another palace tomorrow?
Tomorrow is blackout day. We have to finish this. I think we need to start it at about 6:30 a.m. with a couple pumps of Coke. Good night.
Good morning. It's day 3 for us in Vienna. Day Lord knows what on our trip. I don't think there's enough concealer for the puffiness and dark circles underneath my eyes. Still recovering from jet lag.
Jet lag is rough.
But you managed to get a little bit more sleep. I was awake for about 2.5 hours in the middle of the night.
Pharmaceutically induced.
Feeling today.
Feeling it.
22,000 plus steps yesterday, 28 flights of stairs.
Yep. Started off with a little Aleve or Advil to get everything cushioned off, but we should be fueled up and out the door here in about an hour.
I'm tired and I need food. You need another cup of coffee.
And food.
And it's 48 degrees Fahrenheit outside?
Brisk.
So we got the Vienna Card, which includes public transportation. Apparently there's like a city pass, then the Vienna Card, and we got a 48-hour one. It is not providing the same level of discounts or access that the Bordeaux City Pass did. And based on what we have planned, what we've saved, we're gonna have to find €5 more in savings in order to break even. Although it has been super convenient just to have the public transportation pass, but our kid had that for 72 hours and didn't have access to all of them, so. I'd say that was not impressive. And it was super, super crowded. I would say, and if we didn't say what it is, we're talking about the Sisi Museum, which is the Hofburg. I was really interested because after going to the Schönbrunn yesterday, I'm fascinated by Elizabeth, aka Sisi, and it was really interesting to hear about her life and more specifics about the way things operated and her death, of course. But it was also super, super crowded, very narrow. I would not recommend it.
Yeah, it was kind of interesting to hear, kind of sad also. She spent 2 to 3 hours a day in a chair getting her hair worked on.
But while she was studying and learning languages and having stuff read to her, but sitting still for that long would be tedious at best. But she also worked out every day. She had climbing bars, she had rings, she had pull-up bars.
I just never got the feeling that that's exactly what she wanted to be doing.
No, it was
she wasn't in control of her own time.
No, it was absolutely not, because she got basically married at 16 and she was sold into it. We are going to head off to the Leopold because I want to go see some Gustav Klimts and see what that's all about. I need to get a couple more postcards for our Postcard from the Road subscribers. So if you are not on that list, please go to our website at zekeandterri.com to sign up, and you will get postcards from the road virtually while on the trip, although I am a couple days behind right now. And you will also get physical postcards, and we send them internationally. Got done with the Leopold Museum, which I guess has 19th and 20th century Austrian artists, and I think it was the perfect size for us.
It's a good size. Half of it was closed, so that's
you
always
love
good.
When half of it's closed.
Yeah. They really have to optimize. When half of it's closed, they really got to put the good stuff in the half that's left.
And the goal was to really see a number of Gustav Klimt paintings, but they have only 5 or 6 pieces. But we learned a lot about Gustav Klimt and his muse, Emilie. And there were a number of pieces of art by women artists, which I was impressed by. So I think that was a win. It wasn't too terribly crowded. No. It was quiet, and we saw artists we'd never seen before, which is a win. My feet are a little tired, and I'm not feeling 100%, so I've asked Zeke to find a place for me to sit and have a glass of champagne in the sunshine and people watch, and then we will reassess how we are going to progress with the afternoon. Okay, so it's not champagne, it's an Aperol Spritz, but we'll take it. And there is people watching and pretty stuff. So, thank you, Zeke. Dankeschön.
Well, a 2:30 nap to recharge for the final push turned into
a laundry day for you and an administrative postcards from the road afternoon for me before we went out and grabbed some dinner at an Asian fusion place. We didn't want anything fried or heavy, and we were looking for vegetables.
Yeah. So we had some Asian. We were going to have some Portuguese, but there wasn't. They were booked up. So.
Portuguese? How about Lebanese?
No, Lebanese. We were going to have Lebanese, but they were all booked up, so we couldn't get it.
In the morning, we'll have a relaxing morning. I think we're going to go out and find a place for breakfast because we're tired of the breakfast here at the hotel. Vienna has been a little bit of a mixed bag. We're still trying to figure out why we don't love this city like a lot of people love this city. I haven't felt super welcome here like we did in Munich and like we've been in other places. Even if I've tried speaking a little bit of German, I haven't felt welcome.
Everybody speaks English.
It's nice that there's so much culture here. There are so many museums. We're still trying to get a sense of all of the different areas and then find the balance between doing too much research in advance so we have a really clear idea versus letting a city unfold for us. I've researched some stuff. I may let go of the bingo card completely. We did not get blackout bingo here in Vienna. I think we might have gotten a horizontal. I don't know.
At least we didn't personally black out.
which
could have happened.
Could have been a problem. So we're going to be talking over on the train. Are you good with having it just kind of unfold? And
it's worth a shot.
I don't know. I just feel if we wander around aimlessly, we might miss everything. We are going to say goodnight, try to get some sleep. Hopefully I'm not awake for 2.5 hours in the middle of the night, which does not help with the jet lag. Anyway, good night. Sunday morning, a little chilly in Vienna.
It's supposed to maybe have some rain today, but
I think we're gonna miss it.
Hopefully we'll be on a train by then.
We are off to find some breakfast and a store so we can fill up a snack bag for the train. Because the train food from Munich to Vienna was inedible.
Got a couple of easy tasks this morning, which is good for my tired brain because jet lag is still a battle that I'm having.
Zeke, how about another palace?
Hold on. I'm having a vision of paintings, molding, and opulence.
Ding, 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 ding. Check. So back in high school when we were seniors, we took a photography class together. Do you remember that?
I do.
And now here we are, videoing things, taking pictures of things, trying to learn new techniques. Zeke's got some swipes and some close-ups and some far stuff. I can't be bothered with all of that, but it's just full circle, continuum. What is this?
Yeah, great question. I've been asking myself that for about 6 or 7 months now. What is this?
The Belvedere 21 is right there. We are so close. So close.
But it doesn't open for another hour, so
45 minutes. Okay, I see some sculptures. I think we could go look at the sculpture garden. We'll walk through, look at the sculpture garden, and then we'll go get veggies and then check out.
I wanted to get this on film.
This was not the Belvedere 21.
It wasn't. It's just a park. It's a very nice park, but we are off to the grocery store because we need food for lunch that's not train food. All right, you'll have to pardon my interruption of our normally scheduled tour of Vienna for a bike infrastructure geek moment. This red road that we have behind us here is a two-way road for cyclists, but only one way for vehicles. So it limits the vehicle traffic and allows cyclists to go either way. And this whole street is sort of halfway between two major streets on either side. So bikes can use this middle street instead of having to deal with the busier streets on either side.
But it's a multi-purpose space. There are kid play structures over here. There's a big church, which Zeke is not going to show you because it's a church and he's more interested in the bikes. And then there are little cafes. We've seen a couple of different dogs and families, and this is the part of Vienna that we were looking for. And sadly, well, I would say sadly we saw it this morning, but at least we saw it this morning, and next time we come back, because this inspires me to come back, we will go find an area that's outside of where we were and really look to spend more time here and experience what Vienna is from a local perspective and not a tourist perspective. What do you think?
My bike is my church.
Okay, we forgot. In Europe, a lot of things are closed on Sunday. I know in Paris, Sunday afternoon, grocery stores closed, but apparently here in Vienna, all day Sunday.
All right, this is a bike lane.
This is scary.
This is where people are supposed to walk over here. We can cross here, but you got to watch out for the bikes. Bikes flying by.
It's so scary.
I'm more afraid of getting hit by a bike than I am getting hit by a car.
And that's a wrap for our stay in Vienna. And I think I'd like to come back and stay in one of the outer areas and explore more of the local neighborhoods.
I think you're right.
Zeke, I hope you can get a nap on the train because I think your brain is not completely functioning.
We need some lunch, and then we'll need a nap on the train.
Yeah.
And we'll reset for Prague.
Or some Monopoly deal.
Or some Monopoly deal.
I'll kick your ass.
I am completely expecting that.
So anyway, I think that's the end of it for Vienna. I hope you've enjoyed all that you've seen.
Next week, we'll be in Prague. It's a Malbec.
Malbec is a grape.
Oh,
You're
it's
talking
It's a
what is that called when it's
Mirage.
it's a melange, but that's not what the word is.